Hi there. Today we're revealing why 60% of UK small firms unknowingly breach VAT rules in 2026. If you're nearing the VAT threshold, this video could prevent penalties.
Hello and welcome. The team here at Pro Tax Accountant has put this together to get you ready for one of the biggest shakeups heading for UK businesses. And it all starts with one single number, a number you really need to get your head around. 60%. Just let that sink in for a second. 60% of the UK's entire tax gap, the difference between what HMRC is owed and what they actually get, now comes from small businesses. Now stay with me on this, because that one number is precisely why HMRC's spotlight is swinging right around, and it's very likely pointing straight at you. And look, we're not just talking about a percentage here. We're talking about a £28 billion problem. That is a huge number, and a figure that big has put small firms right under HMRC's microscope. It's the engine driving all the big changes that are coming down the line in 2026.
All right, so to make sense of all this, here's what we're going to cover. First, we'll look at why this is all happening. Then, we'll get into the big VAT shakeup itself, figure out if you're caught in the net, and walk through how to get registered properly. We'll also flag the common mistakes people make and, most importantly, give you a plan so you can start preparing right now.
Okay, Section 1. Before we dive into the nitty-gritty of the new rules, it is so important to understand why this is happening. Honestly, if you can get your head around HMRC's thinking, you'll be in a much better position to get your own strategy right for what's coming.
And here's something that might surprise you. Almost half of that £28 billion gap, we're talking about 46%, it comes from genuine mistakes. Things HMRC calls failure to take reasonable care, or just simple errors. It's not people trying to pull a fast one. And this is exactly why HMRC is pushing everyone towards digital systems like making tax digital. Their thinking is pretty simple. If software's doing the work, there'll be fewer of these costly human errors.
Right, so that's the why. Now let's get into the what. This is where we talk about the practical changes coming your way, the stuff that could really change how you run your business day to day. You'll definitely want to listen closely to this part.
Okay, here's the big one. The single most important change you need to know about. Right now, the VAT registration threshold is £90,000, but from April 2026, it's expected to drop quite a bit, down to somewhere between £60,000 and £70,000. This is a game changer. It's going to pull thousands upon thousands of small businesses, we're talking freelancers, coffee shops, consultants, you name it, into the VAT system when they've never had to worry about it before.
So you've really got to ask yourself, could this change catch you out? I mean, think about it. If your turnover is, let's say, £75,000, right now you're fine, no VAT worries. But come 2026, suddenly, boom, you're over the new threshold. You'll have to register, you'll have to start charging 20% VAT on your prices, and you'll have to do quarterly VAT returns. That's not a small tweak, that's a massive shift in how you operate.
And that's not all. This next bit is just as important. At the exact same time this is happening in April 2026, making tax digital for income tax also kicks in for sole traders and landlords with income over £50,000. So for a lot of people, this is going to feel like a double whammy. You've got new VAT rules to deal with and new quarterly income tax reporting to do. The amount of admin is about to go way, way up.
Okay, I know that probably sounds a bit daunting, but let's shift gears now from the problem to the solution. We're going to break down the rules so you know exactly where you stand and can stay in control. And the absolute key to all of this is understanding something called the rolling turnover test. It's one of the most misunderstood bits of tax, but we're going to make it simple.
Right, here's where a lot of people trip up. The VAT threshold has nothing to do with the tax year, April to April. It's a rolling 12-month calculation. The best way to think about it is like reading your gas or electricity meter. At the end of every single month, you have to look back over the past 12 months and add up your sales. It's a constant check.
Let's break this down into 3 dead simple steps. Step 1, you list all your taxable sales. We'll touch on what that means in a sec. Step 2, at the end of each month, you add up your turnover from the previous 12 months. Step 3, the next month comes along, you just knock off the oldest month from your total and add on the newest one. See? It's just a constantly moving, updating total. And let me show you just how easily this can creep up on you. Imagine a small cafe, say in Manchester. They're just ticking along month after month, doing pretty well. Then, at the end of June 2025, they do their monthly check. They add it all up, and their total for the last 12 months comes to £91,300. And just like that, they've tipped over the £90,000 threshold. The countdown to register has now officially begun.
Now here's a pro tip for you, and honestly this one catches so many people out. When you're doing that calculation, you must include your zero-rated sales. So, what's that? It's things like children's clothes or most food items, where the VAT rate is 0%. A lot of business owners think, well, if it's 0%, it doesn't count towards the threshold. Wrong. It absolutely does. Forgetting that is probably the quickest way to end up registering late and getting hit with penalties.
Okay, so let's say you've done the check and you're over the limit. What happens next? In this section, we're going to get into the practical side of things. We're talking about HMRC's strict deadlines and a few special cases you need to know about, especially if you happen to sell stuff online.
You really need to pay attention to this timeline. It's critical. Let's say you go over the threshold on, for example, January 15th. You don't have to register that day. You have until the end of the next month, so in this case, the end of February, to get your application into HMRC. Then, your effective date of registration, that's the day you legally have to start charging VAT, is the first of the next month, so March 1st. Getting those dates muddled up can be a really expensive mistake.
But here's a thought. For some businesses, it can actually make sense to register for VAT before you're legally required to. Why would you do that? Well, imagine you're a new startup in Birmingham and you're about to buy a load of expensive equipment. If you register voluntarily, you can claim back the 20% VAT on all those purchases. It can also make your business look more established to bigger clients, and it means you're all set up for growth without a mad panic later on.
Right. Did you know time? This is a massive one for anyone in e-commerce. If your business is based overseas, but you sell to customers in the UK, maybe you store your products in a UK warehouse, that £90,000 threshold, it doesn't apply to you at all. You have to register for VAT from your very first sale. It's called the nil threshold, and believe me, it is a huge trap for the unwary.
So knowing the rules is half the battle, right? But the other half is avoiding the common pitfalls that even really smart business owners fall into. So let's quickly go through the most frequent mistakes that we see time and time again.
So here they are, the top 5 errors. Number 1, the most obvious: registering late and getting hit with penalties. 2, using the tax year to calculate your turnover instead of that rolling 12 months. 3, completely forgetting about that nil threshold for overseas sellers. 4, and this is a big one, getting confused between exempt and zero-rated sales. Remember, exempt things like insurance don't count, but zero-rated things like kids' clothes do. And finally, number 5, just not even thinking about registering voluntarily when it could have actually saved you money.
All right, we've talked about the problem, we've gone through the rules, and we've highlighted the pitfalls. This last section is all about what you can do. It's your action plan, a clear, simple checklist to get your business ready for 2026, and you could start on it today.
Here are 5 really practical things to do. First, start monitoring your roll-in turnover. Right now, seriously, go put a recurring reminder in your calendar for the last day of every month. Second, have a hard look at your pricing. Can you absorb a 20% hit, or do your prices need to go up? You need a plan for that. Third, check your accounting software. Is it MTD compliant? Is it ready? Fourth, think about your customers. If they aren't VAT registered, a 20% price increase is a big deal and could lose you business. And fifth, and this is probably the most important one, get some proper expert advice. Work out a strategy that's right for your business before these changes hit.
And you know, this isn't just about paperwork. There's a bigger picture here. A parliamentary committee actually pointed out that the current high VAT threshold, it puts the brakes on small businesses growing. You've got thousands of businesses that deliberately stop trading or turn down work to make sure they stay just under the limit. That's not good for anyone, and it holds back the economy. So this change is really about trying to fix that weird distortionary effect. When you add it all up, this is probably the biggest shakeup to VAT for small businesses that we've seen in a decade. So the real question you need to walk away with today is this: is my business actually ready for what's on the way?
Right, just before we wrap up, the important legal bit, please remember that all the information here is for general guidance. It's accurate as of January 2026, but things can change. It's definitely not a substitute for getting proper professional advice that's tailored to you and your business. So please don't rely on it alone to make financial decisions. So to get that specific, tailored advice and build a solid plan for your business, the very best thing you can do is talk to an expert. You can get in touch with the team at Pro Tax Accountant using the details you see on the screen now. They'll help you work through all this and make sure you're ready. And finally, if you want to stay on top of future updates like this one, do make sure you subscribe to the Pro Tax Accountant channel. Thanks so much for watching.